I'm feeling good.
Welcome to the Subway and BUCS store.
Subway is partnering with BUCS to help the next generation of students live active lifestyles.
Watch this space.
Proud to be supporting the Milk Every Moment campaign, highlighting the nutritional value of milk and how it can support students in their sporting performance.
To showcase how milk's nutritional values can support student athletes in prep for their event or with recovery.
We're here today to promote some nutritional benefits of milk. You want to have 5 shots to try and hook a vitamin or a mineral.
I hit phosphorus.
And phosphorus is used for the maintenance of bones and teeth.
Winners of the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship.
Good morning and welcome back to Ponds Forge International Sports Centre. It is day 2 of the BUCS Long Course Championships 2026, part of the BUCS Swim Series and part of the BUCS Nationals. What a day we had yesterday. Thank you so much for joining me online. You were great entertainment. It's great for the content too. And of course, if you're watching in venue and on stream, a double welcome and thank you. So I do encourage everybody to get involved on the chat. I always say, let me know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, and maybe what event they're in as well, so we can schedule those messages to come out right on time. As you can see on your screen, we are already prepped for our first event of the day, which is going to be the 400 metre IM. We're going to see 2 heats for the boys, 2 heats for the girls. So today, as in contrast to yesterday, the boys will always go first and the girls will always go second. So you can see the chaps ready to go. Our officials are ready. Our swimmers are ready. Our timekeeper is blowing his whistle. He's ready. Starter's good to go. We do not hang around on these events. So this is officially event 201. It's session 3A. 3B's early this afternoon. The finals, of course, later on from 5:15. It's a long journey to get there, first of all. So in our first event of the day, first heat of the day, from lane 1, Calder Murphy, James Trevor Thick, Jad Idris, Cameron McQuaid, Kai Connolly, James Lake and Joe Burgess. Now in our IMs, the longer events, we have much fewer heats, so we're only going to see heats 1 and 2. Heat 3, which is the fastest heat, will be swum in the finals session. So if you watched yesterday, a bit like the 1500s or the 800s later we've got as well. So although we tend to swim the fastest 3 heats of each event in this early morning session, and we swim the earlier heats later on. Yeah, that will be session 3B. Because there are only 3 heats in the 400 AM, yes, we are swimming heats 1 and 2. But for example, our next event after the IMs will be the 100 freestyle. We're going to start with heat number 13. Do 13, 14, 15. We'll come back to 1 to 12 later on. So we always swim the fastest heats, get those out of the way in the early morning session, and we come back to the earlier heats a little bit later on. So if you have come into this one and you've got a loved one in heat number 4 of the 100 AM, that is going to be from lunchtime onwards. That will not be this morning. Already messages coming in. We got big up the Swans. Come on, James Trevithick. And apparently, James is the best. Leading in for Cameron McQuaid for Birmingham. And we had some great, we had the 200 IM yesterday. And it's the turn of the 400 today. And we're looking at around about 4 minutes 45-ish. Now, as we swim our fastest heat in the finals, that does not mean medals can only go to the finals. It is still a heat-timed event. So whoever is fastest after our first 2 heats this morning will sit in provisional gold medal position, and silver and bronze. And Cameron McQuaid for Birmingham. Well, great start to his morning. Things are getting better and better. So through the breaststroke leg, his lead from 3:41 is going to be over 5 seconds. Big gap to bridge over 100 metres on freestyle. Second place in lane 5, Kai Connolly, and James Lake in 6, Jad Idris in 3. Oh, we've got a good luck to Jonathan Rudd, who's going for the 200 back, and he's going for the Lancaster Uni Club record of 2:15. McQuaid will go from start to finish in P1. He came in with a 4:45, going to be just outside that. But as we see almost every BUCS morning session, we very rarely see PBs of, in any case, or of any sizable margin. So to see these just outside personal bests, no surprise at all, but a comfortable win for Birmingham's McQuaid. James Lake, then Kai Connolly and Jad Idris. There your front 4 before Burgess, Trevithick and Murphy. A DQ actually for Murphy in lane 1. And now we have heat number 2. Going from lane 0. Fraser Tetland, Lachlan Beasley, Dan Fielder, Brian Deneve, Hubert Godaniek, Ben Twynham, Fergus Thompson, Jamie Gray, Peter McGrother and Tom Trainer. In fact, we do not have Godaniek because an empty lane in 4. Another message from Lloyd on the YouTube chat. The pond isn't ready for Kerr Shark going in this 400 IM. Well, we're not going to find out till about 5:30 this evening whether Kershaw can perform, because that is going to be our fastest heat in the final session. So, Lloyd, you're about 9 hours early. We've got, come on, Alex Mason, new trunks. If he gets sub 25.5 with the 50 fly. Oh, there's an incentive. Thanks, Kate. But not a lot between them, but Ben Twynham of Surrey just in front. Jamie Gray of Bath, between 5 and 7 that. Oh well, 700ths of a second, then half back to Fergus Thompson. Well, it was Fergus Thompson leading, but I think on that breaststroke turn, Jamie Gray of Bath might have just got the better of heat. And Ben Twynham looking to have a good breaststroke as well for Surrey. These three working together. And the near side springers a pair, Lachlan Beasley and Dan Fielder. So don't forget, whoever wins this race will be in provisional gold medal position with one heat to come in the finals. And Ben Twynham having the better of all the breaststrokes. So I can actually put Dan Fielder for Birmingham in that pairing too, because he's really come through from what was fighting for 4th and 5th to potentially going into the freestyle in 2nd position. Look at the times, 3:34 for Twynham, then 1 second between Fielder, Gray and Thompson. And Lachlan Beasley's had a great start to his freestyle too. We got 4 guys here going for 2nd place. Ben Twynham looks comfortable out in front in 5. Final 25 of our penultimate heat of the 400 IM in the boys competition today. Again, the finals later, so provisional gold is going to sit with Ben Twynham for half the day. Be a long time till he finds out if it's good enough for a medal. At 4:40.26. And that is in fact not really anywhere near his best this year. He's came in with a 4:33. So although it will put him in pole position, the guys later can all go sub 4:30. So it will be very much provisional for a little while. And now move on to the female 400 IM early heats. Again, 1 and 2, 3 will be swum in the final. Taking part in heat number 1 is Alicia Corver for Bristol. She's in lane 3. Alice Streeter for Nottingham in 4. And Esme Kidman for Kiel is in lane number 5. These 3 girls all around about 5:30. Now, although it's early morning, I can see already that our fantastic partners Subway and Milk Every Moment are here in the venue with us as they were yesterday. Plenty of fun with those guys throughout the morning and the afternoon session. Like us, they just want to enjoy the finals. But if you are here in the venue, you literally cannot miss them. When you come into the foyer, Subway are there with their basketball net and their 3-point line. So if you want to take a shot to win a prize from the 3-pointer, get involved. All in their green livery. And then on the balcony, as you come in the glass doors on the right-hand side into Ponds Forge to the poolside, Milk Every Moment, again, playing a few games, and you can win plenty of cow liveried merchandise. All white with black splodges. I've seen bucket hats, scrunchies, furry cowtail pens, bottles. I'm trying to I'm about 50 metres away. I'm trying to see what else is on the table. But again, plenty of people get involved in the games they've got over there. And Subway here for the first time, actually. We've had Milk Every Moment a few years now. Fantastic partners with us. And if you want to online, head to milkeverymoment.com to find out a little bit more about how milk can support you and your sporting performance, such as the calcium, protein, vitamin B12, which I would love some B12 right now to reduce tiredness and fatigue. It's a long day yesterday, and we've still got 2 massive days to go. So massive thank you to Milk Every Moment. I might go and get some if I get a short break. I might have to win it though. And to Subway. So BUCS are partnering with Subway as part of the Subway Fresh Moves initiative to encourage physical activity and support emerging sports across the UK. I love that. Together, Subway and BUCS aim to help the next generation of students lead active lifestyles. What a great campaign that is. So a big thank you to Milk Every Moment and Subway for being with us this weekend. You don't need me to tell you who our leader is. Alice Streeter for Nottingham in the green cap. Down the middle. She's a 5:25 for Alice Streeter. Alicia Corver was a 5:35 and Esme Kidman was in between at 5:28. So they'll do their second 50 of the breaststroke. To a final leg of freestyle. Now, swimming is not the only sport taking part this weekend. A lot of you will know that. But there's also, we have what other sports we got here? We have got indoor athletics, of course we have, badminton, climbing, karate, which is in Ponds Forge venue as well actually, and the fencing. And that is 4,200 athletes taking part in over 130 institutions or universities. That is a pretty impressive figure, isn't it? So back comes our leader. And it will be, it's going to be a new best. It was 5:25, and now, yeah, got to be careful. I got a couple of those wrong yesterday. 5:23.96. A strange angle this weekend, but I do now have my, I've moved my TV screen so it's a bit more, I've got a straight angle and a wide angle. So I should be able to cover this perfectly today for you. So 5:23.96 is over a second better than Alice's entry time, so well done, Alice. Alicia came in 5:35, so outside, and Esme Kidman 5:50 to finish. There's one heat down, just one to go. And we'll have almost a full pool here, 9 of the 10 lanes contested. We'll have Jessica Smith, Lily Ella Curran, Isabel Blackhurst, Francesca Hallam-Stott, Sophie Gledhill, Chloe Butler, Catherine Boddy, Tony Jameson and Emma Johansson. Oh, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but we've got some lovely songs on there for Valentine's Day. It Must Be Love is playing through the venue speakers. And that is not by chance or coincidence. I think we might have a bit of a love playlist throughout the day. Oh, and I've just seen 2 athletes share a kiss. Oh, for Sheffield Hallam. Love is in the air. Now, naturally, I spend a lot of time away. All of us do, on whoever work on sort of sports commentary and things like this and events. You spend a lot of time away from your partner, and I've not seen my wife for 4 Valentine's days. I've seen her in between. It's just the 4 Valentine's days I've been away. But old romantic me, do you know what I've done? In the office at home, in one of the office boxes, I've left a bottle of wine, some chocolates, and a card. She doesn't know it's there yet. She won't be listening to this, so I'm safe. I'll let her know it's there later when she's complained. I know how to play this game. Leading the way in 4, Sophia Gledhill for Surrey. In 5, Chloe Butler for East Anglia. Then together, Bolly and Jameson in 6 and 7. No change at the front. Still Chloe Butler and Sophia Gledhill for Surrey, although I must say Butler's having the better of the breaststroke. And there is a bit of a gap just opening up. I've just been handed the relay team confirmations of who's swimming what. That's so early. Well done, BUCS. Or should I say, well done those teams. Because those races are a couple of hours away. It's wonderful. I better not lose that. I'll put that somewhere safe. Yeah, so that great turn on the breaststroke has done the world of good for Chloe Butler's chances of winning this one. They've gone from about 50% to about 90, I'd say, right now. Sophia Gledhill in second for Surrey. She will not be contested in that position. She's got a good 7 or 8 metres on the rest of the field, which is being led in 3 by Hallam Stott for Nottingham, and then in 1, which is Curran for Newcastle. Oh, Luther Van Dross we've got now. Chloe Butler feeling the love in heat 2 of the 400 IM, 5:04.51. Make that 8 seconds faster than her entry time. Sophia Gledhill never really challenged in second from after the halfway through the breaststroke, and third place. That battle between 4 of them was taken by Tony Jameson. That's a good finish. He was in 5th, I think, at around about halfway. So a good second 200 for the Aberdeen swimmer. Right, this is the open male 100 metre freestyle. We're going to see heats number 13, 14 and 15. And if you're waiting to see somebody in 1 to 12, that'll be from 1 o'clock onwards. Always the fastest 3 heats we see first, other than the long distance. That was the anomaly with the 400 IMs. But now we're back to resuming normal service. And these will be fast, around about 51 seconds fast. First of all, you've got Alex Laurie, Sampai Finch, Jack Jenkinson, Rory McKinnon, Jordan Cooley, Stefan Krautchek, Jacob Arman, Frankie Ducking-Smith, Alexander Volkovoy and Sam Rose. Jordan Cooley will not make any mistakes in his morning stint, and he's going to win this fairly comfortably for Loughborough. The time is 50:25. and he can go a fair bit faster as well. So this is all about, for the really faster guys, where you can sort of back off a little bit and still get a time to get in the top 10 medal final. That's exactly what Jordan Cooley's just done. 51s for Stefan Kraujek, Docking-Smith and McKinnon. So I'm just going to keep an eye. Actually, it's more relevant later to keep an eye on the results, because then we'll know what's required for the top 10. But I'll get there for a moment. Let's have a look at the male 100 freestyle heats. But the first heat always gives us a good indicator. So 51 seconds, 51 and a half, let's say, is looking currently like a medal final qualifying time. We might adjust that after this one. Got Jack Sadbury, Harry Courtney, Matty Rooney, Aaron Olkers, Ed Mildred, Ollie Morgan, Leon Molam, Zach Slater, Finlay Sang and Harry Burns. Ed Mildred won the 100 fly yesterday in a BUCS record time. So, as a man on form, and a multi-stroke specialist. Leading though in 5, Ollie Morgan, who's a guest swimmer. Ollie cannot qualify for the final or win medals. So leading in terms of BUCS competitors, it is the Manchester Met swimmer, Ed Mildred. But Ollie Morgan, he's got a great person to chase there. It's very easy at times when you're leading, but he will not hold back. And he's done a 49.6 as Ollie Morgan, which draws Ed Mildred into a 50.10. And a bit like Jordan Cooley, Ed Mildred can go comfortably, so like a long way under 50 seconds. That's another one there, just getting your spot in the final. So of those BUCS swimmers, Aaron Olkers, 51.59, Leon Molam, 51.92, and Zach Slater, 51.98. So yeah, at the moment, sub 52 is going to get you into the final. Next up, Harvey, Schwenk, Adams, Gianni Contini, Cahoon, Roberts, Baker, Malcolm, Tabernacle, and Frashek Kreischer. Alex Cahoon swimming as a guest in lane number 4. Both he and Maddox Roberts, who is legitimately able to get into that BUCS final for Loughborough, they're the only two in this one with an entry time sub 50 seconds. So we think sub 52, or I think sub 52 is your qualifying time for the final. There's been 7 of those times so far. Oh, these two guys are so far out in front. Cahoon and Roberts. That is super impressive. They've left the field behind. And it's going to be the non-guest, Maddox Roberts, that takes it at 49.48. He'll be in the final. He'll be in lane number 4, Maddox Roberts, alongside Ed Mildred and Jordan Cooley either side of him. Who else gets into the final? It's going to be Maddox Roberts, Gianni Contini. I think Maxwell Adams will be there. And I think the last person in the final is going to be Matt Baker, 51.92. For me, that makes 10 people exactly that have gone sub 52. Keep your eye on the BUCS website for confirmation of that. That is how I see things. Wait for ratification and check those results for absolute official BUCS confirmation. Now, there's a little question mark here over lane number 1, which is Amy West. There's no swimmer in lane 2. She's having a chat with a couple of officials here, with a third looking on. I know there's a 4th involved. I mean, I'm sure we can't have the wrong swimmer, of course. Bucks are too good for that. But back to the chat while we work this one out. So shout out to Sam Pyfinch. He's making a huge comeback in this meet. Thanks, Adrian. And Callum says, shout out to Zach Slater. I'll read it out. He has a lobster pizza for Christmas dinner. I have no idea what that means. That's an in-dorm joke. All the swimmers are retreating off the blocks now. That's a strange one. Now, this week I'm about 20 metres away from my colleagues who would know exactly what's going on. So I might run over and find out. Yeah, a couple of the swimmers are putting their jumpers back on now. So I might have a... So I'm just hearing there is an issue with the start list. Because there was nobody in lane 2, which is a real... for this early in the morning, you don't often see empty lanes other than the outside lanes in Heat 1. So to have a starter missing, and also there was a query on lane 1, which I don't know Amy West well enough to say if that's behind the blocks on lane 1. But it looks like she's wearing a Nottingham swim cap. Again, could be a false observation from me. So it is. I've just seen, I think it's a Nottingham representative come out to lane 2, which should be Manchester's Amy West on the start sheet at least. But that is not a Manchester swimmer. Well, that's a new one. So the officials are back out in a couple of conversations. So in the meantime, if you want to get some messages in, now is a really, really good time because we have some free air. Now, the schedule today is exactly the same as yesterday. Okay, so we start at 9:15. The finals are from 5:15 onwards. 5:15 for your finals. So we are going to go. So we'll just run with it. So I don't know who is in lane 1 because it's not Manchester's Amy West, and there's nobody in lane 2. So we don't have Northumbria's Emily Maxwell. So other than lanes 1 and 2, I'll call it as I see it, and I'll leave the other 2 to be decided. And they'll work it out behind the scenes. I'm certain of that. We got a huge shout out to Shaquille Jordani and Elwyn Davies later in the 50 fly. They've really been putting in the work and doing their aerobic meters. Thanks, Adrian. So the 4 down the centre are going to lead to halfway. It's Swansea, Loughborough, Birmingham and Sheffield Hallam. And leading off that 4 with 25 to swim. Through comes Charlotte Berry for Sheffield Hallam in the white cap. I think it's going to be Isabella Acaro for Birmingham in 5. So that's how this one will finish. Hannah Woodcock looking to pick up 3rd place in heat. All about the times here now. They're 56.38 for Charlotte Berry. Sophie de Groot, fastest on paper, just down in 4th place. So she'll have to wait and see if she can get a spot in the final. She'll be hoping for it, I'm sure. So 2 in the 56s, 2 in the 57s. Just keep a mental note of that. Berry, Acaro, Woodcock, de Groot. Because 2 fast heats to come as well. It was Kezia Titterton that was in lane 1, because on the start sheet that I've got, was a Nottingham swimmer, but on the scoreboard it wasn't. But that's in the past now, forget that. In the pool we got Jess Schwint, Abigail Crawley, Melissa Turnbull, Louis Broder, Leah Schlossin, Drew McKenzie, Jessica Smeltz, Connie Palmer, Ellen Duffield and Faye Rogers. Now Faye Rogers is in the S10 category. She set a new, I think it was 2 new BUCS records yesterday actually. So I'll just grab that one very quickly. She's incredibly quick as Faye Rogers. I don't want to miss a BUCS record if she gets one in the heats. She actually swam in one of the overall finals yesterday too, but didn't improve it for a second time. They threw hundredths of a second out. Leading in the middle, Leah Schlossin and Drew McKenzie for Manchester and Edinburgh Napier. The current where are we? Freestyle 100 metres S10. It is Faye Rogers, 103.61. So what can Faye get here? Was it going to be quicker than 103? Yes, it is. Faye Rogers, 3rd BUCS record of the weekend. She does it in the heats on the morning of day 2. Absolutely fantastic work. Leah Schlossin takes the win. Drew McKenzie 2nd. Jessica Smelt 3rd. All of them sub 57. So that looks like the golden time now. 57.5, I will say. At the moment is looking like the time required to make it into that final later on. So I understand we now got Amy West in this heat, and it's not Kezia Titanen-8, that is Amy West. And that's where the confusion was, I think, from heat number 1. But great to see how quickly we've sorted that out. We don't want any swimmers sort of missing their shots at glory, especially in these fastest 3 heats. So Sophie Sion, Jess Dickinson, Maisie Guilford, Catherine Renfrew, Evie Davis, Jess Podger, Katie Goodburn, Chloe Harris, Amy West, Casey Titter and Jasmine Hammerlane. Even I'm getting confused now. So 57.5 is the likely time required to get into the medal final. Evie Davis for Stirling. Going to lead into the final 25. Not by much over Jess Podger of Bath. Keep your eye on the clock here. The first few are going to be an absolutely fine. Evie Davis, 56.23, 56.98. Jess Podger. Maisie Guilford will be absolutely fine. In 3, Catherine Renfrew. I'm going to say she might be the last one to make the final with a 57.68. Keep your eye on the website, of course.
Next up is the open male 50-metre butterfly, heat 10.
Next event is the open male 50-metre butterfly. We're going to start with heat number 10, which is Wolfen, Horden, Sanchez, Lydiard, Gordon Gibson, Lennox, Kinlin, Vermava, Cox and Ollison. Brody Gordon Gibson will lead into the final 5 metres, followed by Kieran Lennox. 24, in fact it was Tom Lydiard that took 2nd place before Kieran Lennox, 24.21. A couple of tenths quicker than his entry time for Gordon Gibson. Good work in the early morning session. 3 of them go sub 25. Sheffield Hallam swimmers, Horden and Killen just outside. And in this game, hundredths of seconds, let alone tenths, make a difference. Heat number 2. Docking Smith Tabite, Brudnicki, Parrott, Giordani, Carswell, Davies, Emery Parker, Pollock and Vidalingham. So close between the three, can't call it. 24.94, 24.97 and 24.98, that's why. 0.04 of a second between your top three. Again, three go sub 25. So Elwyn Davies on 25.08, might be okay with that one. That puts 7 people at 25, let's say 0.1 or less. Blase, Jordan, Hughes, Paul, Edwards, Ward, Bertolli, Anderson, Detti, Nutter and Williams. Again, it's going to be close, but it's Andrew Bertolli that will take it surely. Yeah, 25.03, that's a surprise. This should have been the fastest tee. It's actually the slowest. 25.03 winning time, which means Bertolli, Edwards and Ward going out to, there's a tie for third actually, Max Anderson. Ooh. 25.19 and a tie for third. That's hard to say what's going to be in or out there. Could even see a swim off, because that is roughly around about the 10th position. No hanging around, straight into the female 50 fly. Burslem, Pirrie, Grant, Lee, Grieve, Robinson, Klein, Roberts, Berry and Pemble. Well, this is all about Lucy Grieve. What a contrast to the men's races. 27.37 she's gone. And that's 0.6 of a second outside her best coming into this. So plenty to give in the final later. She'll definitely be there. Izzy Lee, Shola Robinson, second and third. Every single swimmer sub 30 seconds. Well, we've got a good luck to Caitlin Hartley going in the 100 breast for Bath this morning. P12 on the blocks, Ella Williams, Laura Turner, Isabel Morgan, Sophie Murray, Blythe Kinsman, Tallulah Paisley, Ellie Robertson, Charlotte Williams, Kate Baxter and Lucy Turner. Much closer in heat 12. Kinsman in 4, Paisley in 5. They go very close to sharing the win. Goes to Paisley by 0.05 of a second. 200ths back to Sophie Murray. Again, we've got less than 1/10 of a second between our top three. Heat number 13. Sarah Davies, Isabel Farmer, Ella Thornburg, Faith Yuda, Kira Sloshen, Morgan Brophy, Rebecca de Torres, Helen Sherritt, Naomi Parker and Phoebe McNicholas. Schlossen for Edinburgh. No question, was there ever? 26.97. She'll take lane 4 in the final tonight. Be joined by her teammate Morgan Brophy and potentially Faith Euler as well. So 3 of them in there. Only split by Helen Sharrett of Bath. Love the 50-metre finals. Right, back to the guys. This is now the 100-metre breaststroke races. Going to see heats 8, 9 and 10. Should have mentioned Kira Schlossen won the 100 fly yesterday. Right, Freddie Carter, Rojas Cringelis, Rowan Smith, Alex Casey, Archie Goodburn, Alex Sanchez, Max Anderson, Carnell Nunes-Smith, Jack James and Julian Lee. Archie Goodburn, Alex Sanchez, 4 and 5. Who takes it on the touch? It is Archie Goodburn by just over a tenth. Alex Sanchez, then Alex Casey and Max Anderson all down the middle. Goodburn yesterday retained for the 3rd year in succession his 50 breast title. Last year he won silver in this one after Greg Butler retained it for the 2nd year in a row. That was 12 months ago. But Goodburn did take this title in the short course back in February with a BUCS record ahead of Alex Sanchez. So that already, just through one heat, we are setting up a story for later on tonight. And the man who got bronze behind Goodburn and Sanchez, Finn Kemp, is in this heat, number 9, along with Moyo, Gallagher, Godsell, Butler, Mahendra Kumar, Ryan, Tuxetin, Walford and Rogers. Now, Greg Butler, swimming as a guest, is actually the reigning champion in this event 12 months ago. He can swim his best race possible. He won't be retaining his title though. Guests cannot make finals or win medals, of course. But great to see the reigning champion back again. And just kind of saying, look, you're lucky I'm not a student, guys, because this would be my race again. But he's set at 1:23. Finn Kemp, bronze medalist last year, 1:02.53 to take the BUCS win for Christian Ryan and Can Tuxetin. Heat number 10. Mika van Blurk, Tyler Toombs, Olivier Vedren, Panayotis Panaraitos, Joshua Inglis, Rafe Dobson, Josh Mitchell, Luke Ibbison, Matt Garrity and George Brooks. Panayotis Panaraitos, what did he win at the short course? He won a silver medal in the 50 breaststroke behind Archie Goodburn. And in that race, Goodburn set the box record in the heats, which he did again last night, or yesterday, set another box record in the heats, which is a really weird habit. Weird in a super impressive way. In Southern, Luke Ibbison for Loughborough, ahead of the 4 in the middle. But final 10, and they're going to start putting their foot down. Rafe Dobson, does he move into the lead? Let's get this final camera angle. Not quite yet, this will be tight. It will be. Luke Ibbison for Loughborough takes the win. From Lane Southern, Rafe Dobson for Stirling second, then Joshua Inglis and Panaraitos. Panaraitos might be struggling to get into a final, 4th in that heat. After taking a medal just 4 months ago. We'll see, might be absolutely fine. Oh, it might, yeah, because there's a guest, wasn't there? So that gives another free space. Female breaststroke, heat number 7. To kick things off, 7, 8 and 9 we'll see. Scarlett Timwell, Anna Healy, Emily Morgan-Hughes, Aisha Kent, Anna Morgan, Hannah Bowley, Nellie Clark, Colleen Devlin, Amy McLeod and Eva Harris-Brown. What a great start from Anna Morgan, Edinburgh Napier. She took silver 12 months ago behind Agarad Evans. She also took silver yesterday in the 50 breast behind Agarad Evans. And painfully, in November, she got silver in the 50 and the 100, all behind Evans, who was in heat number 9. See, that's 4 consecutive finals she's taken silver behind the formidable, must say, Harry Evans. Anna Morgan, 108.62, fantastic swim. Just securing her place in the final. That'll be lane 5, I imagine, next to Evans. But let's give some respect and let that heat play out. Aisha Kent and Hannah Bowley in 112s. Look at the time of Morgan there. Heat 8, and the other 2 swimmers, other than Evans and Crowley, that can go, or have been, not can go, have been at sub 110. Sienna Robinson and Charlotte Hardy in the middle. Alongside them, Ellen Bagley, Perry Scobie, Megan SNG, Sophie Brassington, Emily Farr, Sophia Suarez-Caulfield, and Andrea Antonio. Bang on 33 to 50 metres for Robinson. A few tenths clear of Charlotte Hardy. So all this going to the form book at the moment. Can we get a couple more sub 110s? It's definitely on at the 50 metre split. Tell you what, Charlotte Bianchi's going great guns for Sheffield Hallam in 2. She's really putting pressure on the central pair. And Bianchi could actually come along and take this one. She will, wow. Charlotte Bianchi, 110.23 against Robinson and Hardy. That is great work, because she is on paper, over a second and more behind the central duo. Wonderful swim. I'm just looking back at the results here, and I was, my prediction, I'm happy to say, was correct. And remarkably, this is reference to the men's 50 fly heats, there's going to be a three-way swim-off, as far as I can see, for the last spot in the final. 3 of them swam 25.19, and that is joint 10th spot. If that occurs and they all take part, and I'm correct in reading this, I think that would be the first time I'd seen a 3-way swim-off for a spot in a medal final. I've just had a call out over the tannoy for representatives from certain clubs, so I think that's what that might be. That'd be fun. Heat number 9, Bainbridge, Keatley, Dacuna, King, Evans, Crowley, Hartley, Hielu, Bressler and Dilks. Standout swimmer here, Harry the Hammer, Margaret Evans in 4. She is pretty much, well, she is unbeaten over the breaststroke. She holds all 6 BUCS titles, 50, 100, 200, short course and long course. And she'll take it 107.32. So Anna Morgan was a 108 and change. Angarad Evans a 107. So that is the most obvious prediction has come true this morning, that those two will be the centre pair in that 100 breaststroke final later on tonight. Would you bet against Evans continuing to dominate that, or can Anna Morgan finally get one over on the Sterling athlete? Right, you can see the backstroke ledges coming out. 200 back, men up first, followed by the women. In heat number 3 to start. Ethan Randall, Charlie Broom, Andrew Brodie, Oscar Barlow, Cam Brooker, Finley Pope, Fergus Thompson, Antonio Nicolau, Jonathan Rhodes and Jack Goldfinch. Couple of messages coming in on the chat box. Yay, nice swims. I think that's Christy, that's Alex Sanchez's mum, I think, from yesterday. And my Lord and Saviour, Cam Brooker. Cam's in lane 4 in this one and leading the way at the halfway stage coming up. On his tail, Oscar Barlow for Swansea. Now, 200 back in the short course in November. Cam retained his title for the 3rd year in a row and did so with a BUCS record. He also won the 50 back, both of those ahead of Matt Ward. Qualifying time for the Bath swimmer, 1:57.94. Going to be outside that as we go past the 2-minute mark, but lays the marker down for the rest of the field with a 2:03.77. Coming in second, Fergus Thompson for Aberdeen. And third is Oscar Barlow for Swansea, 2:07. So that's a fairly chunky win for Cam Brooker. Gap to Fergus Thompson, gap again to Barlow, and then the rest of the field. So quite a split from front to back. 2 more heats to come. And yeah, Alex's mum is going back to sleep. That's in Texas, isn't it? And more guests from over the pond later. Christine, let us know who is tuning in. Okay, let us know who's tuning in. And good luck, everyone. Also, it's just what he does, the King of Bath. Brooker. Well, he started well today. Heat number 4. Ollie Smith, Sorma Alberts, Finley Davies, Finn Brockhoven, Ollie Morgan, Hendrik van der Leest, Harrison Homans, Ben Cross, Cameron Rapson and Andrew Gore. Ollie Morgan is the reigning champion in the 200 back in the long course. We've just seen Cam Brooker go, who's the short course reigning champion. That would be a great matchup later, wouldn't it? Morgan retained his title last year, so he's going for three in a row. Henrik van der Leest, who is in lane 5, took silver last year. I'm sure Henrik won something. Yeah, he did win yesterday. He got bronze medal yesterday for Henrik van der Leest. Of course, Ollie Morgan cannot retain his title this year because he's a guest. But showing us what might have been if he'd continued his education. Yes, the question came in around about the guests. So guest swimmers are invited to take part for several reasons. First of all, they have generally got a great history with the event. So it gives us an opportunity to watch them swim. Like, who wouldn't want to see Oliver Morgan do this right now? And it's just an awesome performance, not just for us watching in venue and at home, but also competitors in the pool to take up space alongside such great swimmers. And often we'll see like several Olympians and former BUCS athletes get some amazing guests here, but they've generally got a history with BUCS. They can't swim in finals because there's got to be a line drawn where, okay, we love having them here, love watching them, but the rules are to win a BUCS title, you need to be attending a BUCS university doing a course of one or the other. So great to have them, great to see them, great entertainment, but rules applied strictly that only medalists can come from BUCS institutions. But you do get swimmers. I'm going to pick out, like I joked yesterday about Max Litchfield. He's been at uni for about 12 years now. He's 31. And he still holds a BUCS record from like 2017, I think. Yeah, so the individual medley, Max Litchfield, 2017 he set that. And he's swimming this week, but he'll still be in education at university. But I love it. And we've seen some amazing names, swimmers guests over the years. And we've got a top 10 Van der Beest moments from... That's a professional drainer in the handle, not sure. Heat number 5, completely lost my train of thought here. Nathan Sharman, Callum Peebles, Evan Jones, Connor Cherrington, Luke Greenbank, a guest, Jack Skerry, Don Morgan, Oscar Dodds, Nikita Charakin and Matthew Money. So a really good example here. Luke Greenbank is our guest in this event. Historically fantastic BUCS swimmer, and who wouldn't want an Olympic Games medalist in the pool here right now. In Tokyo it was a silver and a bronze, got bronze in the 200 back in Tokyo, former world champion, former European champion, so that's completely serendipity here that he's in this race, because it's a great example again. And if you come along just as maybe new to swimming, because it's free to get in here, you don't have to be sort of a family or friend of one of the swimmers, but if you want to come in and you are literally watching Olympians, and there's loads of them here, of course, not just the guests, there's BUCS swimmers taking part who are Olympians and world champions, but the more names we can get, the better. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So Greenback leads the way, and of the BUCS swimmers, Evan Jones for Stirling and then Jack Skerry for Bath. Evan Jones won the 200 IM silver medal yesterday. And I thought Jack Skerry won something as well. I might be making that up in my head. Silver last year, 100 back, Jack Skerry. Oh no, Jack Skerry won gold. I'm looking at the wrong team. Jack Skerry won gold in the 100 back yesterday, so looking to double that up in the 200 back, but it's Evan Jones who has bested him in the heats at least. So we'll wait for that all to sort of pan out in the top 10 times. I'm still waiting for confirmation if we do have that swim-off that I have predicted. But sometimes swimmers don't want to take part in swim-offs, so that's absolutely fine. I've seen swim-offs decided by the toss of a coin. More at county and regional level. I'd love to see a three-way swim-off. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? So, as was the story today, the girls follow the boys. They switch around from yesterday. So the girls, 200 backstroke, 3 fastest heats, 4, 5 and 6. We are missing lane 3, which would have been Manchester Met's Molly Garrett. We do have Alison Wood, Isabel Wood, Connie Davies, Neve Ward, Sophie Moore, Mia Collier, Jessica Hum, Ava Holt and Olivia Smith. Neve took the silver medal yesterday in the 100 back. That was behind Blythe Kinsman and ahead of Honey Osrin. Honey Osrin is in heat number 6, But no Blythe Kinsman in this event. Come on, Isabel, and yet three-way swim off. It would definitely be tasty. And University of Backstroke. Keep your messages of support and love on this Valentine's Day coming in. Which swimmer do you love the most? Let me know. I will read those out. And why? And why do you love them? In 4, Neve Ward for Bath. Looking to take 1 silver and turn it into a gold medal today in the 200 back. Starting wonderfully well. 2:11 coming in the heat, 2:15. That'll be fine for the final. Sophie Moore 2:18, Jessica Hum 2:20, Connie Davies 2:22. And there are more teams being called to the timing suite, which I'm only speculating here. It generally means swim-offs. Let me just check on the girls' 50. There were no tied times. In the 100 breaststroke, can't see any ties. No. Right, I think number 5. This is Rebecca Augier, Martha Steed, Lucy Block, Sophie Weston, Holly McGill, Millie Wells, Amy Shields, Rachel Saunders, Megan Hansford and Lucy Houghton. And I will pick up on one comment here. They're absolutely right. Evan Jones in one of our previous heats in the back there. Evan Jones is the perfect example of world champion. Singapore 2025 4x2 freestyle world champ, and also European junior champion Otapeni 4x1 medley. So yeah, please do, if you think I'm missing things out, pick me up on it. That's what I'm here for. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, I have got, in response to the who do you love the most, I love Alex Sanchez the most. He's the sweetest young man, loves everyone and is so pleasant to be around. We miss him so much, but are so happy to watch him swim over there. That's from Christine, his mum in Texas. I'm gonna cry. And Kezia Titterton, I love her very much, but competing on Valentine's. Tell us about it. Like, literally athletes and anybody in the sporting world. I'm gonna chuck myself in this and all my colleagues here that work in the production and all the volunteer, everybody here, we're all missing Valentine's Day. Not missing it, but you know, missing our partners. But hey, we do it for the love of sport as well as the love of our loved ones. There you go. Keep those coming in on Valentine's Day. Tell me which swimmer you love and why. Holly McGill and Millie Wells, Stirling and Loughborough down in the middle. Holly McGill took, she's the reigning champion actually, Holly McGill, in this one. But in the heats at least, she is going to be taken by Millie Wells for Loughborough. All these 3 girls will be absolutely fine. 2:18, 2:18, 2:19. We'll see them again later in the final. One more heat to come. And Holly McGill took bronze in the short course, 100 back. And next up we have, Honey Osrin coming up. She's won a few bits and pieces. I'll come on to that. You're going to be watching Eleanor Kay, Melissa Mannering, Libby Munday, Scarlett Major, Honey Osrin, Sophie Shaw, Bay Jones, Madeline Soper, Manashi Rupa Singh, Chloe Ridge. Right. So we're looking at roughly 2:18s, which if you were only 2:18, sorry for qualifying for the final is 2:18, 2:19, which if you were looking down the entry times would be a surprise, because Neve Ward is a 2:11, Holly McGill was a 2:08, Honey Osrin here's a 2:07. There's plenty in the low teens, so this just feels to me a fairly sort of subdued qualifying. But again, longer event, absolutely save your best for the final. But I just get a feeling that a couple of our faster swimmers might miss out, depending on how this one goes. And even, obviously got heats 1, 2 and 3 to come up later on. It gives them a brilliant chance to make a final from outside the fastest 3 heats as well. Middle 2, Honey Osrin, Sophie Shaw. I mentioned Honey Osrin, she in the backstroke. Bronze yesterday in the 100 back. Bronze last year in the long course 200 back. And silver in the short course in November at the 200 back. But that was behind Freya Colbert, who is not competing in the 200 back. So that's a great chance for Honey Osrin to finally, at BUCS, stand on the top step of the podium. At least in the last couple of years. I've not got every single years in front of me. But Honey Osrin will set one of the fastest times, 2:14.70. Sophie Shaw gets in. Let's have a look, 2:21 for Scarlett Major, 2:23 Babe Jones. So I am struggling to work out what this qualifying time is going to be, a top 10. It's not going to be what I thought would be a top 10 time. And that really plays into the hands of a lot of swimmers. Haven't got those heat results yet for the 200 back. I'll just come back to it. We've got the 800 freestyle coming up next. Just one heat in the men's, one heat in the women's. And yeah, I think that's probably right. Everyone's tired from hard training, dare I say. Absolutely correct. So easy for me to sit up here, all relaxed and done no training at all. Say, oh, I should be going quicker than that. When I play that back to myself, I can imagine why some swimmers or coaches might frown at it. I do apologise. Christine says, oh, I love listening to you too. That's me. Happy Valentine's. Sorry your wife is missing you today. Is she missing me? I don't know. I've no idea. But happy you're here for us. Good night back later. Thank you, Christine. I hope she is missing me. I don't know. She's out riding horses today. Which is where I imagine she'd much rather be than with me. There we go. That's a story for another day. Right. 800 freestyle. Heat 2 of 2. So there's 3 heats in this event. Heat 2 will be swum now. Heat 3 will be our finals session as a fastest heat swim, and then we'll see heat 1 at around about 3 o'clock. So taking part, you got Daniel Cox, David Annis, Arthur Logan, Alexander Sargent, Tyler Melbourne Smith, Sean McCann, Tom Treblecock, Luke McGee, Jack Booth Rudd, and Kurosh Kudikar. So as with all of our long course events, anything from 400 up, well, we just have a fastest heat. Whoever wins this heat will be the provisional for several hours gold medal sitter. Applies to silver and bronze too. Fastest entry time into heat 2 here, 8:21. 8:21 Matt Warburton. And all 10 swimmers in the fastest session later can go quicker. So what that suggests is that anybody in this heat that has got any chance of getting a medal needs an absolute worldie. So a couple of messages. This heat isn't ready for Matt Warburton. Let's see. First at 50, he's looking good. He's not first anymore. He's 4th right now. And did someone say Treblecock is in the fastest heat? Yes, he is. If you're here to see Tom Treblecock, you are 8 hours early. Sadly. And in that final, I call it a final, it's not officially a final, it's the fastest heat. It's got Tyler Melbourne Smith, Sean McCann, Alex Sargent, Tom Treblecock, amongst others. So Josh Denholm of Stirling has gone out fairly quickly. He's an 8:27 entrant. I love how many of you are so dedicated to one swimmer. Proper fanboying or fangirling. Love to see it. So Tom Treblecock, just mentioned he's 8 hours away from that final. But I'll wait years if it means I get to see him swim, says Pro Drowner. On a slight tangent, but it's relevant, did anybody watch? And I have never ever waited up or looked forward to watching ice dancing, all right, or the free skate on the Olympics. But there was so much hype around that Ilya Melanin yesterday. I thought, oh, this is like generational talent. I'm all for that. You know, it's nice to watch history being made. So Ilya Melanin was like the reddest of red hot favourites for that time, almost like given to him before he started, and absolutely crumbled. Astonishing last night. So it can happen to the best of them, the absolute best. Hubert says, Hubert Gadaniak, I imagine, Hubert G. I'm Matty Ward's fanboy. Oh, who am I a fanboy of? Let's have a think. I'll think on that one. There are many generational talents, and you can't argue against there might be some right in this pool too. Maybe not right at this very moment, but in the pool this weekend, certainly. How do you define generational talent? I mean, it's a little bit subjective, isn't it? If you were to win 1 Olympic gold, does that mean you're generational, or do you have to win 3 Olympics in a row to be considered generational? Is that too harsh? Give us your opinions. They're all valid. I'm going to keep ruminating on who I'm a fanboy of. But I'll still do my job whilst I'm doing it. In 6. Josh Denholm, stop distracting me. It's Josh Denholm for Sterling. Is going to take this quite happily, I imagine. Not heard the whistles yet, but he's coming back. 5 metre lead. So I've given him that far too early. In 5, Sam Cook for Birmingham. Then there is a fairly sizable gap back to 3rd, and everybody else. Currently 3rd is Matty Warbs for Bath. Here's the whistles then, and it's got a little bit tighter. It's well, right on a body length at the moment for Josh Denholm, and then Sam Cook. Matt Warburton for Bath retains 3rd place. He's got a bit of a gap back to Scott Fleming and James Boddy. Oh, look at the front though. Look at the front, here comes Sam Cook for Birmingham. Right on the back of Jordan. He's going to lead, is he, at the final turn? Yes, he does. Well, there's a turnaround, and he's kicking on too. Straight off the wall. 2 tenths between them. And again, this is unlikely to be medal worthy, but glory most certainly, especially when it's a real head-to-head battle, mano-mano, in the final 10 metres. Almost identical stroke rates. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, and Denholm comes back in the last couple of strokes. What a brilliant final 50 metres head-to-head. That could have gone either way. Race for 3rd equally. Warburton takes on James Boddy by 1800ths. Scott Fleming, then Dan Menzer, Joe Parsons as they come in. That was wonderful. Well done, guys. Right, girls are waiting patiently. Now they're 800 metres, and then we'll have the 4x1 freestyle relays. 6 of those to finish the show. So 7 races remaining in this session. So just getting a bit of paper handed to me about the swim-off that I predicted earlier. It is taking place, but only 2 of them are going to be in it. So although Lewis Horden, Matt Ward and Max Anderson all tied 10th, the swim-offs are only going to be between Horden and Ward, not Anderson. What that is, I'm not sure, but that'll be for a pretty much guaranteed place in the A final. You can't say guaranteed because we've got the earlier heats coming up later, but 99% that'll be for a place in the A final, and whoever loses will be in the B final. That'll come up at the end. So I'll just keep that there for a moment. And we'll concentrate back on the race in front of us. Heat number 2 of the 800 free female competition. From lane 0, Charlotte Payton, Phoebe Broster, Alexa Mann, India Marshall, Ella Took, Charlotte Johnson, Emily Riak, Lucy Cadden, Florence Crowley and Sophie McClure. Thanks, Anna, for getting in touch. Can't wait for the relays. I feel the same. Cannot wait for the relays, especially the heats are brilliant, let alone the finals. They are such good races. I'm a total relay fanboy. That's what I'm a relay fanboy. Mr. Commentator, do you think Charlie Brooker will save a penalty against Oxford next weekend? He's going to save 2. He's going to save 2. You heard it here first. I've seen him training. I mean, I saw him in the gym the other day doing these really weird things on the cross trainer. I think it was, you know, reaching for the corners of goals and stuff. He's a beast, isn't he? And my house is on Matt Ward winning the swim-off. Ooh. Yeah, so Matt Ward and Lewis Horden in that swim-off for the A final in the 50 butterfly. Right, 2 up front towards, not quite halfway, but ish. Alexa Mann for Bath. And Johnson for Swansea. Oh, somebody's just walked past me with some brilliant aftershave on. Where are we? 9:17s. The fastest entry times by Took and Johnson. But as you can predict, the fastest 10, which will go later in heat 3, are all sub 9:15. We actually get down to the sub 9s. Lucy Fox and Fleur Lewis, 8:41 and 8:42. Oh, I've got a question for somebody in the chat. Hubert, is Gdanyak the right way to say it, or have I been saying that wrong my whole life? If you can phonetically spell it for me, I'd really appreciate that. Oh, I know you're here. Just come up and tell me. And do you know what? That is an open request to anybody in the venue. Hopefully you know where I sit. It's just like outside lane 0 in the stands right at the back. I'm completely on my own. So if I've ever said your name wrong, or I'm saying somebody else's name wrong, come and tell me. I hate saying names wrong. And Hubert says, yes, it is. Brilliant. Gdanyak. Excellent. Yeah. Let me know. I often go, when I do like county and regional stuff too, and there it's a lot easier because the parents just come along and say, look, you're saying my daughter's name, it's said like this. Oh, brilliant. But here I'm a little bit, not quite out of the way, but you know, I know you're all training hard and it's the least of your worries is how I pronounce a name. But I think I get them all right. In lane 5, making her move. It was a bit of a tie with Alexa Mann for some time, but as we go into the final 300, in lane 5, it's Charlotte Johnson who leads the way for Swansea. Third place, 3 of them competing for that spot right now. It is Charlotte Payton for Northumbria in 0. Then lanes 4 and 6, which is Ella Took and Emily Riak. Oh, yes! This is cool in the chat. Get them coming in. B is B, not Bay. Thank you. I said Bay yesterday, didn't I? B. My favourite one is Mannering, which everybody gets wrong around me, and every year I have to remind them it's Mannering, it's not Mainwaring. And I know that because I used to watch Dad's Army with my dad. Captain Mannering was in that. .150 left to swim for our leader. So a couple of minutes away from those relays. And I think we're going to finish a little bit early today, because if we're going off yesterday's schedule, let me just double check on the schedule. So Saturday 3A, 3B will start at 1 o'clock. So yeah, copy and paste from yesterday's event. And with, let's say, 8, 16, 24, 30. Yeah, we're going to be finished at around about 11:30-ish, maybe 11:45. So, just a few more whistles to hear, and already Charlotte Johnson for Swansea already on her way back. So she will be provisional gold for several hours. 9:17 entry. She's going to beat that by a couple of seconds. She'll be followed in by Alexa Manor-Bath. They've been 1 and 2 the entire 800 metres. Final time for Johnson, 9:15.57. Alexa Mann, 9:23.59. Oh, she was half a second outside her qualifying time coming in. Third place, Emily Riak, or is that Riach? Let me know. Payton for Northumbria, Ella Took for Stirling, Phoebe Broster for Surrey, Sophie McClure for Birmingham. A few to finish off the 800s. You can see already to the left-hand side of your screen all those swimmers getting ready for those relays. On the chat, I'd happily come and commentate on the fastest heats tonight. Do you know what? I'd happily. I love having guests in the commentary box. It's really, really useful for if you're going to give genuine insight and be what would be classed in the industry as a analyst or co-commentator. I'm 100% up for that. I might even suggest to BUCS that would be a really good idea to get some really top swimmers in here to commentate when you're not racing, but I appreciate that you got to fuel and stretch and be ready and prep and things, so it's not always feasible. But if you're ever listening to commentary sport on any form of sport, on radio or TV, it's so good having an analyst in there who the commentator can ask sort of in-depth questions to. I mean, it adds so much insight. And I don't think I've got a second headset here today. But in the future, let's get it on, let's do it. Right, relays. First up, heat number 1. York, Southampton, Glasgow, Aberdeen, Warwick, Exeter, Cardiff, Lancaster, Bristol and East Anglia. It's Schwenk for Bristol in 8, 25.49 to the turn before Ethan Bland for Lancaster. But this will just keep on changing. Look at that, 6 teams within probably a metre or two through the first 100 free. So Bristol, Exeter, East Anglia and Lancaster, your top 4. Tom Lee Brainay for Bristol in 8 leads the way, up there with him. Houghton for Lancaster and Knock for East Anglia. It's all happening on the far side, isn't it? Other than the light green cap in 5 of Exeter, that's a Bachelor. It's those top 3 that are in the top 3 positions. Actually now, Emilio Knock for East Anglia puts his team into the lead. Remember, they're all qualifying for the top 10 spots. Then 11th to 20th will take part in the B final. Oh, great start coming in from Aberdeen. It was Jamie Ferguson handing over. And this looks to be getting shaken up already. Mick Naumovich in for the Scottish University team from far up in the northeast. But still leading in 9, Callum Cox for East Anglia. James Platt for Lancaster. Naumovich for Aberdeen. And Kokini for Warwick. Oh, do you know what? I'm completely impartial, but I kind of hope East Anglia can hold on. So Callum Cox hands over for East Anglia, then James Platt for Lancaster. Naumovich for Aberdeen up to 3rd place, Kokini for Warwick in 4th, Curry for Glasgow in 5th. And this is looking really good for Sam Rose, Emilio Knock, Callum Cox and Lewis Jarrett. Can they hold on? Still leads just. Finlay Sang for Glasgow. Fraser Tetlow for Aberdeen. McMoran for Lancaster. And Taggart for Warwick. But coming back hard in 2. Finlay Sang for Glasgow. East Anglia and Lewis Jarrett holding on. What a great first team. We've got 6 of these to enjoy. And Lewis Jarrett is going to do it. Does hang on. What a great team swim from lane 9. Wonderful work, guys. Glasgow chased hard in the closing stages. Pick up 2nd, Aberdeen 3rd, Exeter 4th, and Lancaster 5th. Wonderful first heat. All those times confirmed in venue. This is heat number 6. Sheffield Hallam, BUCS New, Surrey, Leeds Beckett, Stirling, Edinburgh, Manchester Met, Birmingham, Oxford, Imperial. Moisen Tabite for Stirling will lead through 25 metres. Zach Slater for Edinburgh, Helst for Surrey, and Broom for Beckett. Reigning champions Loughborough, Stirling and Bath, silver and bronze 12 months ago. Tandem diving for Stirling and Edinburgh. In the water for them, Leon Molan for Stirling, Brodie Gordon-Gibson for Edinburgh. In 3, that's Matty Rooney for Leeds Beckett, and in Southern, Cameron McQuaid for Birmingham. Brodie Gordon-Gibson just getting the best of Leon Molan. We're at halfway, and this is fast becoming just a 2-team race for the win. And this is about lane draws, of course, for the final tonight. In now for Stirling and Loughborough, it's going to be Cameron Rapson for Stirling, Callum Peebles for Edinburgh, Harry Courtney for Leeds Beckett, and Tom Lydiard for Birmingham. Elsewhere, Ivan Blazej for Surrey, Rowan Sheriff for BUCS New, Ollie Burns for Sheffield Hallam, Jordan Anderson for Oxford, Alfie Maguire, Manchester Met, and Kai Weeks for Imperial in the water on leg 3. Final handover, and it's been turned around. Cameron Rapson for Stirling will lead now, who was handed over in second place. Anchor leg for Stirling, going to be George Smith for Edinburgh, Sidar Gullen for Leeds Beckett. Courtney hands over to Francis Dyson, and for Birmingham, Tom Lydiard to Dan Oliver. Looking strong in lane 8, that's Loke for Oxford. They are chasing the clock here. Top 10 required to be in that medal final. And what a great final leg swim by George Smith and Stirling. So close for so long. Sidar Gullen couldn't hang on, but he'll pop his team into the final without a shadow of a doubt. Francis Dyson for Leeds Beckett will do the same. One more heat to come, of course. But looking good for our early finishes. Some of the rest will have to settle for a B final spot. Birmingham 4th, Oxford 5th, and BUCS New, Surrey, Sheffield, Imperial, and Manchester Met.
There is the official results. So, 326.3. Moving on to heat 7.
Heat number 7, Manchester, Aberdeen, Manchester Met, Swansea, Loughborough, Bath, Birmingham, Sheffield, Hallam, Nottingham and Durham. Ed Mildred from Manchester Met leads the way, of course Gigong for Loughborough, reigning champions. Frankie Docking-Smith in third for Swansea. But, Manchester Met, great swim from Ed Mildred, setting his team up exactly the right way. In the water for your leaders, Manchester Met, Anthony Fock. For Loughborough, Ruben Robotham-Keating. And we look towards lane 8, Mitchell for Nottingham. In fact, Lucas Staines for Swansea's third, Mitchell in fourth for Nottingham. Fifth, Jenkinson for Aberdeen. And now Loughborough move into P1, halfway stage. Matt Baker for Bath, putting them into the top 3 fights. In fact, they might be second. They are. Anthony Fock for Manchester Met, Lucas Staines for Swansea, Mitchell for Nottingham, and Jenkinson for Aberdeen. So Loughborough reigning champs in the long course and the short course, which is of course 4x50 free. They didn't win either of the medley relays yesterday, looking to put that right this afternoon and into this evening. But it's getting closer, because Luke Ibbotson was caught a little bit by Matt Ward there for Bath in 5, and now they are absolutely neck and neck. This is the final sprint towards the line. In lane 3, Jack Sadbury handed over to Charles Kershaw for Swansea. Then, wow, there's so many involved here, and this is going to be really close. Some teams are going to miss out on that medal final by tenths of a second, I feel. They've all been really tight behind the front pair leading. Wow, Tyler Melbourne-Smith and Cam Brooker for Loughborough and Bath will battle it out to see who gets what lane in the final. They'll both be there, so they're going to do this all over again. And it's a big sign of intent for Bath. They take it 3:25.40. Harry Burns, Matt Baker, Matt Ward and Cam Brooker get the better of Gong, Robotham-Keating, Ibbotson and Melbourne-Smith. Well, well, well. What a setup that is. Throw Sterling into that mix too. Swansea third and Sheffield Hallam fourth. Last 3 heats, then we have the swim off. This is the female 4x1 freestyle. From the bottom, Glasgow, Newcastle, Liverpool, East Anglia, Northumbria, Bristol, Durham, Cardiff Met, Imperial and Manchester Met. Sophie Sion for East Anglia. Whose men's team did so well just about 10 minutes ago. They'll lead. Talia Staines for Durham, Laura Turner for Northumbria, Hannah Mayer for Manchester Met, and Lauren Barras for Liverpool, front five. But it's a front three that we're watching. In the water, Ellie Catchpole for East Anglia, Paynton for Northumbria, and Hamer for Durham. Next is Jessica Smith for Manchester Met over on the far side in 9. Still the same three, but I'm almost going to make it a 4. Paynton hands over Northumbria in 1, Catchpole for East Anglia in 2, Hamer for Durham in 3, and Smith for Manchester Met in 4. So now Ruby Greenhalgh for East Anglia, Rebecca Smith for Northumbria, Rebecca Augier for Durham, and Amelia Osborne for Manchester Met. Coming through in lane 1, that's Russell for Newcastle. East Anglia continue to lead, but it's their smallest lead yet. And now Greenhalgh for East Anglia and Smith for Northumbria, side by side, a couple of lanes above them in the white cap. Augier for Durham. And final leg, nobody's making a move on these front three, and that could be all important for the clock and making the top 10 shootout. Good start in 6 for Durham. That's Emily Fozzard. Casey Cleaver for East Anglia, Emily Maxwell for Northumbria. Top 3 remain, but now it starts to split. And is Emily Maxwell for Northumbria going to put them in the lead for the first time? Yes, she does. Durham into 2nd, East Anglia to 3rd. Final 25. Looks like Emily Maxwell's going to have done enough. Her teammates are on the starting block, screaming her name, dragging her in towards the wall. That is job done. Congratulations, Laura Turner, Charlotte Paynton, Rebecca Smith, Emily Maxwell. Great job. 2nd for Durham, East Anglia in 3rd. Which times are going to be enough to make it into that medal final? This is heat number 6 from the bottom. Southampton, Oxford, Nottingham, Hallam, Stirling, Bath, Manchester Met, Edinburgh, Bristol and St Andrews. Looked good from the start, didn't she? Even at 25 metres leading for Josephine Klein for Stirling. Alexa Mann for Bath. And then Murray Craig for Edinburgh. It'll be Sterling through leg one. Nothing to separate the five behind, left and right of our leader. Good final 10 metres for Murray Craig to take second place for Edinburgh through the first 100 metres. Alexa Mann for Bath. Connie Davies for Nottingham. Good second 50 for her. 1 of 5 or 6 to go, sub 1 minute. Susie McNair for Sterling has maintained the, was that 3-4 metre advantage. In 7, Chloe Harris for Edinburgh. In 5, Jessica Hunt for Bath. All handing over now to third leg. Molly Baker for Sheffield Hallam, that's your top 4. Kezia Tittenham for Nottingham is your front half of the field. Chloe Bradney for Sterling. Ella Thornburg for Bath. Katie Renfrew for Edinburgh. Libby Monday for Hallam. Madeline Soper for Nottingham. And it's getting a little closer. We might have a very competitive final leg here. Because Chloe Bound has hold on to the lead, but getting much closer. Renfrew for Edinburgh, and Thornburg for Bath. They're your top 3. Too much to do, you'd think, to get in the top 3 for the heat, but 4th and 5th place could still get you a spot in the final. So at the moment, the team of Josephine Klein, Susie McNair, Chloe Bain and Melissa Turnbull, they've looked to have done enough, but it's not as comfortable as I thought it might be after a couple of legs. They'll definitely get their spot in the final. I'd give that to the top 3, actually. Kira Schlossen for Edinburgh will bring them home in 2nd. Anna Farrow for Bath pick up 3rd place. In lane 3, Shannon Stott for Sheffield Hallam. So well done, Sterling, guaranteeing their spots, most likely in the very central lanes of that final later. And there is one more heat to come to decide who's in and what's the order and who drops to the B. Of course, for some, B final is going to be a success. A success for everybody looks different. So it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, top 10's the place to be. We're all on different path of progress. All those times confirmed, by the way, all good in venue. One more heat to come and then our swim off. From lane 0. Heat number 7. We've got Exeter, Aberdeen, Surrey, Birmingham, Loughborough, Swansea, Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow.
Heat
Lucy Parsons for Loughborough, Mia Collier for Birmingham, Dickinson for Swansea, King for Surrey, Jones for Birmingham. Oh, look at this pool, almost symmetrical from the centre. Leading the way, Parsons for Loughborough, 58.5 on the opening 100. Collier for Birmingham, Dickinson for Swansea, Jones for Birmingham, and Shaw for Manchester. And the front six starts to become a front four. Loughborough still leading the way. Lucy Fox in the water now. Babert for Birmingham, Abigail Crawley for Swansea, Sophie Murray for Birmingham. So Lucy Fox leading the way. She will hand over to Shola Robinson. It's going to be Abigail Crawley for Swansea. She hands over to Martha Steed. And in 3, Poppy Babert hands over to Libby Broder. And now Loughborough really start to make their move, courtesy of Shola Robinson. Leaving behind, for the time being, at least in 5, Martha Steed for Swansea, and in 3, Libby Broder for Birmingham. And in 6, it's Hannah Hodgkiss, also for Birmingham team. To be clear, lane 3, Birmingham 1, lane 6, Birmingham 2. And on the final leg is Freya Colbert. Is there anybody you'd rather have going out last for your team? Or even if you're another team facing against and conceding a lead to her as well. Lane 3, doing the chasing for Birmingham is going to be Connie Palmer. For Swansea, Hannah Woodcock, and William Jones for Birmingham 2. Final turns, and I can't see this changing much at the front. Again, I've said it before, all about the clock this time. I mean, first, second, third's lovely, but it's not too relevant, because we know in the relays you can win from any lane whatsoever. It's just getting there. So Loughborough will be there, Birmingham, Swansea will be there. Might have 2 Birmingham teams in that final. .352.05 for Loughborough. Take it by 3 seconds. So we'll let the team behind the scenes do the necessary and confirm those top 10, but it's looking pretty good. Just jumping back to the chat after that good racing. Any thoughts on Louis Johnson being absent from the chat this morning? I heard a rumour he's writing all his Valentine's cards. Or is he maybe still asleep? Anyone fancy a Tesco's breakfast? Right now, I am off to the Hig Cafe. And I'll always accept a free. If anyone wants to buy me a coffee at Hig for Valentine's Day, that would be lovely. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. I'll be wearing a red chiffon scarf and a rose between my teeth, so you can know who I am. And everything else is just internal chat. So I'll leave that there for now. I think, yes, we are. We're going to have this relay between Lewis Horden and Matt Ward. This is, I mean, it's for 10th place, so I've got to say, it's not officially for a place in the final because we've still got about 12 heats to come later on. But in reality, it's 99% for a place in the A final. They both had 25.19 earlier today. And in fact, there was three. Max Anderson also some 25.19. But I'm not sure why he's not in the swim-off. There should have been three of them by my point, but you know, people sometimes don't want to take part, and that's absolutely fine. Here we go then, lane 4, Lewis Horden for Sheffield Hallam, Matt Ward for Bath. This will be our last piece of action for session 3A, and then we come back at 1 o'clock for the remainder of the earlier heats in all of the sessions. Finals from 5:15. So 25.19 earlier, couldn't separate these guys. Leading into the final 5, looking good for Bath's Matt Ward, and he will be 99.9% with confidence, I can say, in that medal final later on tonight on the outside lanes. 24.94. Lewis Horden 25.44. And that is the last of the action for this session. So it remains for me to say a big thank you to our event partners, Subway and Milk Every Moment. Please do come and engage with them. They are here in the venue all weekend long. You can win prizes and find that great information from them. But from Ponds Forge International Sports Centre this morning, you've been watching session 3A of the BUCS Long Course Championship 2026. We are back at 1 o'clock. Don't go too far. We'll see you then.
Proud to be supporting the Milk Every Moment campaign, highlighting the nutritional value of milk and how it can support students in their sporting performance.
To showcase how milk's nutritional values can support student athletes in prep for their event or with recovery.
We're here today to promote some nutritional benefits of milk. You want to have 5 shots to try and hook a vitamin or a mineral.
I hit phosphorus.
And phosphorus is used for the maintenance of bones and teeth.
Winners of the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship.
Welcome to the Subway and BUCS store.
Subway is partnering with BUCS to help the next generation of students live active lifestyles.
Watch this space.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling